All right, guys, we're back here, and we're gonna just do some little bit of adjustments on these coil springs today. We're gonna do two things. First thing we're gonna do is when we took out the air suspension, let me try to get out of the glare here for you. When we took out the air suspension, we we measured everything. So with the air suspension, we were 42 1/8 on the drivers, 42 1/4 on the passengers, and that's just because of the unevenness of the driveway. And when we put the coil springs in, which when I it spelled it wrong, but that's fine. The driver's side went up 2 inches and the passenger side went up 2 inches. So my plan was originally to raise the front by 2.5 inches, but then I heard, I've been doing some reviews, and the inexpensive way would be to put something in here to raise that, and obviously we're going to be changing the shocks regardless. My shocks that I did get with the Bilstein 5100s that would accommodate a lift either way, or I could get heavier duty coil springs that are taller, but then you get some you have to start changing some other parts in here. So I decided not to do that. I wanted to keep the factory ride height. So what we're going to do today is we're going to set everything up that we had. We're going to drop the axle again by removing this back sway bar, rear sway bar, the lower shocks on either side, and we're going to drop the axle. We're going to remove the coil springs. This time we are going to put the isolators in. It's weird on the diagram, the one diagram which shows the isolator for the top, which kind of hard to see in there, but shows the top but it doesn't show the bottom. You actually had to go to the next page, which is on a different schematic, so I wasn't really aware that we had to put that in. I should have realized, but honestly it hasn't moved. 2 weeks of driving and it's been perfect, but we're going to put it in regardless because it is supposed to be there. And these heavy duty coil springs, we are going to cut them down, so we're going to try to drop that rear roughly around 2 inches, just so we are back at that regular height. And I don't know if we're gonna have time for it today, but we may be putting in the right in this space here, we might be putting in the airlift airbags. I got the 75 XLs, 7500 XLs, so we'll see how that works out, and I'll try to keep you going throughout this, and if I run into any problems I'll let you know later. All right, guys, so we're back to where we were. I got the coils out, isolators out, everything's disconnected, like I said, the track bar, sway bar, lower shocks. This way we're able to drop the axle, got that out enough. Right now what I'm doing is I'm going to actually take out a whole coil on these, and I'm just cutting it with I tried the Sawzall, but that's not working real well, so I'm using the cutoff saw, which is working great. I'm about maybe a third to halfway through, you can see that, and it's just a slow go because my I only have an inexpensive 21 gallon compressor, so the tool uses a lot of air, and it's just a it's a cheap cutoff tool. It's not like anything great, but it'll get the job done. It's just going to be a slow go, so if you have something better, I'm sure you'll breeze right through this. I guess you could cut it with a torch too, but I probably wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't want to heat it up. You may change the integrity of the steel by heating it. So we're gonna go and let this compressor catch up, and then we're gonna keep going at it. Once I got it cut on both sides, I'll come back, I'll set them, I'll show you, we'll put everything back together. It shouldn't take too long, and then we'll lower it. I'll put the tires on, we'll lower it, and then we'll measure from the ground up to here again, and you know, see how much we actually lowered. Again, this truck was, you know, after I put these on, it was 2 inches high, so I'm not taking out 2 inches in the coil, but we'll see what happens. So, alrighty, I'll let you know. Alright guys, so we cut this up, one coil off. Let me actually grab you the piece that we cut here. So that's what I cut off. So we'll see what that gets us down. Went like that, so that's how that went. And then I just kind of hit the end of it with some of the black Rust-Oleum, just to, you know, I don't know. One of the other things I did is I just took a regular metal file like this, and after I was done cutting it, this edge around here was sharp, so I just quickly, you know, went around it, hit it with the file. I wasn't looking for anything pretty, just, you know, not sharp, and you know, we put some Rust-Oleum on it, and that's it. So we're going to cut the other one. Like I said, it's a slow go. We're maybe a quarter of the way through this one, and now that the compressor stopped, we'll continue. All right, we'll be back. All right guys, so we got this in with the isolator again. Spring is in, and I'll show you from the other side, so it's hard to see from this side. We get that isolator in too. I don't know if you could see that, but up there we roughly have maybe 1.5 to 2 inches of, 1.75 inches, I don't know, somewhere between 1.5 and 2 inches of space there, which I think that might be good. So we'll see. We're almost done cutting this. We're probably about looks like we're maybe about 2/3 of the way through. So we just put a fresh fresh cutoff blade in, and now the compressor stopped, so we're gonna go back into cutting that again, and then we'll get the other side in. All right guys, got the other coil, so you can see, cut them off, put the paint on. I got the one side in, and I just got the other side in here. I think we're gonna be pretty much set. We just gotta go up slow, and then I gotta align them into those spots that they have. It's kind of hard to get in here, I'm sorry, but we're gonna kind of get up into that area there. So we're gonna razor slow and see what we can do. All right guys, I'm pretty much finished up here. You can see I got the shock back on. I got on each side here, and I got the track bar, sway bar. You can see the isolators, and you can see that, I mean, it's hard to see, sorry. Along the top up there, they're in, and that's it. Just gonna continue to raise her until she's got more tension. Put the tires on, set her down, and I'll check the measurement. Okay. All right guys, we got everything rehooked up here. Everything looks good. We got her sitting back on the ground, and I'll try to do this with one hand for you so you can see. I already measured this, but we actually came down 1 inch. So we were up at like 44 1/4 here. We're down at like 43. So we came down about 1.25 inches with cutting out, you know, one whole coil, as you can see. And you know, same thing on this side. So I'll show you this. Sorry, it's difficult one hand. So we're down 1.25 inches. I think I'm going to leave it like that. I want to drive it for a while. I don't know if I'll go down another inch or so, but again, we're not raising the front. This is factory. Right now when I had the airbags in. You know, it's supposed to do the auto level, which is a 1-inch positive. I think rake is what Dodge does. We were I believe we were 42, now we're 43, 42 and a quarter, and now we're 43, so we're only about 3/4 of an inch higher than what we were with the airbags. But I think we're going to keep that because I think that might be good for this truck. I'll see how it sits, and then if, you know, if I really don't like it, maybe I'll cut out another half a coil down the road. But I think this is going to be good. I'll take it for a test drive, and you know, we should be good. Like I said, everything is hooked up. I have the this time I have the lower and upper isolators in. You know, again, like I said in the previous video, I'm not a mechanic, but I am super handy for me. And you know, I'm sure this would cost a shitload of money if I had somebody else do it. So again, so that's how we cut down some coils. I cut out one whole entire coil, and that dropped me roughly about 1.25 inches from what the factory is. You know, please like, subscribe these videos. I'll try to send you more as we go through. I got a bunch of things I'm going to be doing. I don't want to waste all time today, but we're going to be putting 7500 XLs in here from Airlift at some point. Maybe wait until the spring for that, but we'll see if we get some nice warmer weather like today. Right now it's beautiful. It's 45 degrees up here in northern New Jersey, and it's 11 o'clock. I started this at 9, so you got 2 hours it took me to do this. But keep in mind that it probably took me a good 45 minutes to an hour to cut these coils, because the compressor had to keep recharging. Let me show you real quick before I end here. I just have this inexpensive 21 excuse me guys, this 21 gallon compressor from Harbor Freight. Works good, but you know, again, it's for jobs like that, it's, you know, not the best. I'm sure if you get a, you know, $2,000 Ingersoll Rand, I'm sure you're gonna have no problem. It'll cut through like butter. But I can't afford that shit, so we're not doing it. You just gotta take your time. So all right, later, I'll catch you. Please subscribe. Thank you.